Hi there, Taurus, Taurus rising, and of course, all of you Taurus moon people out there. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting January 6th, 2020. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Or of course, you may also just simply follow the links below. So what's going on when it comes to this coming week for a lot of you Taurus people? Well, when it comes to the astrology, I do want to remind everyone that the monthly astrology horoscopes for January are up on Patreon. I will be including a clip of it to discuss this eclipse that we've got going on in Cancer. But if you want the full astrology horoscope, remember you've got to be on Patreon. December's was just a special to let everyone know how that system works. So, let's talk about Tuesday and Wednesday as it relates to this week and this week only. As I've been kind of saying or coining the term, it's all about dances with Neptune this week. We've got the Sun and Mercury, Tuesday and Wednesday respectively, actually in gorgeous sextiles to Neptune. And this is coming from your 9th house of higher education, government and legal proceedings, travel, as well as culture and your spiritual life, and your 11th house of friendships and social networking. And a lot of you Taurus people are going to be having big adventurous opportunities opening up in one of these areas. With Neptune in your 11th house, this could actually be something that is gifted to you through a friend or possibly a favor or maybe a connection that you are exploring with a friend, or an opportunity you're exploring with a friend suddenly takes off and has that sort of adventurous snowball kind of vibe to it. With the Sun involved, this is something that is an errand of fun, it's an errand of joy, but with Mercury involved, it could also be an errand of productivity and possible commerce and profitability as well. This may be something that you are doing even in the realm of your spirituality, your artistic craft, or something that may even take you back to your education, or perhaps even an old academic or career aspiration, even one that you're not working in, or in a field that you're not working in right now or any longer. But it's a cool way to sort of get back in touch with your roots, to really get closer to this friend and start actually widening the avenues you can take to shrink the world you live in. You're sort of getting more to play with and more access to literal travel and even social opportunities to travel, and you expand your horizons this week. When it comes to cards, I'm going to get to that in a second, but I'm deciding to try a different approach this week. I want to remind everybody, if you're having a hard time finding your horoscopes, you can always just look at the main channel page and scroll down, or go to the playlists tab, or you can follow the link I'm going to put in the down bar below and check out the How to Find Your Missing Horoscopes video. I just want to make sure that that's perfectly clear. There is going, now that you all know, I've been trying, because I've been, it's been a couple of weeks, it's been an interesting couple of weeks. I just want to close that subject for good, and now it's on you. No kidding. Let's move on to what's going on with the cards. Well, for your spiritual themes, we've actually got the King of Wands in reverse. And so with the King of Wands in reverse, this is all about recognizing where maybe we are not seeing people for who they really are. And this can sometimes indicate a sense of understanding where a person could be a bit of an imposter, or maybe faking too much, overcompensating maybe, or having just some kind of glaring inconsistency when it comes to their performance, their views, and their expression of self. Now, the King of Wands reversed, I'm not getting like something that we need to judge a person for, but it does mean that we have to change exactly how we view them, because sometimes we put so much faith in a certain presentation. If a person's only working with a conceptual space, maybe they are overcompensating, right? Some people are trying to turn over a new leaf, and so they really overcompensate, especially in the very beginning. Some people maybe don't necessarily know who they are. They don't know what they're working with, so they are giving off a lot of different presentations all at once. If that's the case, there's no bad in it, right? We're not going to judge people for that, but we have to also understand that that could change at a moment's notice, and maybe also understand and maybe observe something for what it really is, as opposed to try and dress it up in a certain thing that it's not. Because I actually am seeing a lot of you Taurus people, especially with that Neptune in the 11th house transit, are going to be seeing that we were wrong in a good way about certain people, possibly people that we maybe judged too quickly. Maybe this is something that we dismissed somebody, cut somebody off, or, we decided that person was not right for us in that moment. Turns out, again, they're actually better than we thought, but the same will be true for vice versa. Maybe we put somebody on a bit of a pedestal far too soon. So this is a week for getting back on the level with everyone involved. When it comes to the influx, when it comes to the energies coming into your life, perfectly safe, happy World card. This is going to be affecting everything in your life, all right? With the World card, we are talking about completions, level ups, and moving on to the next stage. Everything is going through an acceleration of its growth this week and even going into week 3 of January. And it's important to understand that it's not always a good idea to just elongate stories for the sake of processing, right? Sometimes people don't wrap things up because they want to process. The problem is that where you're approaching that line between processing something and perpetuating something. Sometimes we manifest a situation to go in circles because we want to process, when it might be better for us to move forward. Now, the World card upright is indicating a lot of things are also going through some drastic upgrades this week. When we talk about upgrades, yes, this could be an upgrade in pay scale. This could be an upgrade in terms of an elevation or evolution of an existing relationship. More responsibilities, more rewards. Spiritual skills, spiritual abilities are also going to be very much amped up and on point this week. But a lot of this can also lead a lot of you to need to consider, where do I raise my standards for the energy I hold space for? Okay, because a big part of the World card upright is saying if everything is amplifying, then that means so too is the amplification of the stuff that we already have that we want to get rid of. And we want to make sure that during this period we are only holding space and making room for the things that we actually desire to keep and experience in the now. We're not doing long campaigns and it's all about the journey anymore. Bring it into the now. Whatever you want, your highest plan. Live like it's going to walk into your life tomorrow. Take stock of everything you've got going on right now, and now think about, if that person I wanted walked into my house right now, if that job I wanted came into my life right now, whatever, am I ready for it? Something to think about. It's kind of like when I said in another video, manifesting in roundabout ways. Don't focus on one key part of the life you want. Focus on everything, because the world is going to bring it all together. When it comes to the outflux, what's going away? We have the Three of Pentacles, reverse. Again, we're talking about making sure that we are keeping space for things that are moving in the same direction as us. And when we talk about moving in the same direction, again, get away from the mental programming that's only about, the solid world concerns, okay? Don't think about the same direction and be like, well, I gotta find who's on the same direction as me, but it's all about the same sensibilities and the same religion and all of that. No. The Three of Pentacles reversed, however, is indicating a need to pay attention to what is going on with our inner space more than outer space. What do we need to do about those in our inner circle? Who deserves to be brought in? Who deserves to be promoted? And who deserves to maybe be sent on secondment for a little while? You have to think about what is happening with the team that you have. If you don't have a team at this point in time, the Three of Pentacles reverse is indicating, my goodness, it might be a good idea for you to start collaborating, reaching out to people you know to be dynamic, hardworking, very productive, or even achieved, in a direction you want to go in yourself. It's not about finding aspirational wealth gurus and fake penthouses. It's about making sure we're around our superhero team, okay? And building that around ourselves so that we can all sharpen each other. When we get to material concerns, now that we're down in the mundane, at the bottom, we've got the Two of Wands upright. Powerful collaborations are on the way. It looks like a lot of really strong promises are being made. And I keep seeing world, maybe you can't see it, but we've got globes all over the place when it comes to the Two of Wands and the World card upright. And I'm feeling like there is something going on for a lot of you Taurus people where you could be finding work opportunities or career opportunities that do enhance your ability to get out, take time, maybe for travel, maybe for holidays, maybe it's traveling for work. If you work online or you are interested in building closer business connections with people who already work online or have businesses abroad, if you're working on anything that's going to enable you to sort of have more of a worldly life experience in prosperous ways, right? We want to make money doing this so long as money is applicable to our life experience. And we also want to be able to have that personal fulfillment. That Two of Wands is indicating there's a powerful link coming your way, whether it's a collaboration, a partnership, a job, a new contract. Make sure that you don't get scared away from that, from this proposition or whatever is being put on the table this week, no matter how subtle or how weird or how intense or how abrupt it comes your way. When it comes to the external, your social life, right? Friends and family, we've got the Eight of Pentacles upright. And maybe this is where that proposition is coming through. Maybe it's coming through friends, not necessarily a job in a formal sense. It could, but with the Eight of Pentacles upright, I am seeing an opportunity coming your way as well to really deepen your the intimate connection that you have with either an art, again, a career craft, a vocation, or maybe even a practice in such a way that it may actually be something that sustains you, whether it sustains you in a material sense, a social sense, or in a personal sense. There's a focus on rapid training or training for leveling up, whether we're actually working and and collaborating with this friend or this relative, or they might just simply be hooking you up. That remains to be seen. But we have, again, a lot of Taurus people kind of stepping into that advanced placement opportunity, however it's going to show up in your life. Because the Eight of Pentacles is all about letting people skip ahead, letting people move into more advanced places, training people to get into higher spaces. When we have the relationships card here, looks like we've got the Ten of Pentacles upright, so love and romance seems to be going quite well for a lot of you. In fact, the Ten of Pentacles, I'm seeing a lot of you coupled Taurus people maybe finding yourself in a position where we're starting to either plant roots with a partner in a very, almost literal sense, where maybe we're finding ways to sort of create the ideal household or ideal family, or start planting the seeds for that this week. Or if you've already have that sort of thing, we're actually doing something to maybe actually jump or evolve, again, World card upright, the atmosphere or the quality of life that we have there. This is great news for anyone who's been hoping to have talks about, making moves, physical moves sometimes, maybe even planting roots in other ways. Maybe we're thinking about inviting people into our space, introducing family members, starting to get things more solid and serious in that respect, trying to do, things that'll help make this relationship not only stronger, but also bring more diverse social energies in to make it so much more of let's just say, a more powerful presence, a more loving and intimate presence in our lives. We also have the Ten of Pentacles upright, a lot of you single Tauruses or Tauruses who are available. Meeting somebody that you definitely are going to respect, because it seems like they do, and I think that they do, have a lot under their belt that helps them to sort of show or prove to you a certain level of discipline, a type of character, or, let's just say a discipline and character in who they are, that shows not only authenticity, but something that is worth keeping around for a good while. A lot of the times the Ten of Pentacles upright, we see somebody who is actually living their dream or already working their dream and actually doing quite well and succeeding at it. And this may be something that a lot of you Tauruses do want to make some time for. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, just go on ahead to my website. It's called integrativemysticism.com.